Level 1. The innocent curiosity. Remember that feeling. The first time you realize the world isn't just what you can see. You're 14. Outside, the entire city has already gone dark. The ticking of a clock echoes through your room, slow, steady, like time itself is breathing. Everyone else, your parents, your teachers, your classmates, they're asleep, comfortably asleep. They believe the internet is just a modern TV, a place to watch movies, to chat, nothing more. But you're sitting in front of an old laptop. A cold blue light washes over your face, almost like a ghost. You don't want to consume content. You want to understand it. Your fingers glide across worn-out plastic keys, and it feels like you're touching the skin of something alive. You open the command window. A single blinking cursor appears. It feels like a question. What do you want to know? You type your first command, ping google.com. You hold your breath. 1 second. 2 seconds. Then it appears. Reply from 142.25. And in that moment, your life changes forever. To most people, it's meaningless. Just a few lines of text. But to you, it's an echo from the abyss. You just sent a digital signal halfway across the world, through cables lying deep under the ocean, touching a massive server on another continent, and it answered you. You're no longer a passive user. You've started communicating with the soul of the modern world. It feels like you've found the key to a forgotten city. You stand before a massive gate and realize it was never locked. You fall deeper. Concepts like IP, protocol, DNS, they're no longer dry definitions in a textbook. They're building blocks, pieces of an empire you're beginning to explore. You spend entire weeks just learning how a single data packet is created and sent. You don't want to hack anyone. You don't want to steal anything. You're simply fascinated by the perfection of logic. Everything has rules. Every system is built on assumptions. And then a thought appears. What if I change just one of those assumptions? You feel like a young watchmaker, taking apart the most complex clock in the world just to see how every gear fits together. And you love it. That feeling of holding a secret that 99% of the world doesn't even know exists. The silent curse. This curiosity is a gift, but it's also a curse. It separates you from everyone else. When you walk down the street, you don't see advertisements. You see Wi-Fi signals. When you look at a skyscraper, you don't see concrete. You see data flowing inside its walls. Your innocence is beautiful. You believe knowledge means freedom. You believe you're learning how to protect the world. But you don't realize that the feeling of knowing more than others is the seed of arrogance. You don't realize the door you just opened only goes one way. You're standing at the base of a massive mountain, and its shadow is already starting to consume you. For now, you're just a harmless, curious mind. At least, for now. Level 2. Script Kitty. You're 16. The curiosity from level 1 is no longer enough. Reading about how a car works is one thing, but sitting in the driver's seat and pressing the gas, that's something else entirely. You start looking for your first weapons. You don't build them, not yet. Instead, you go deeper into underground forums, places where people before you have left behind fragments of code, ready-made tools, packaged software with names that sound dangerous. The first time you download a Wi-Fi cracking tool or an automated vulnerability scanner, your heart starts pounding, so loud you can hear it in your ears. You know this is wrong. You feel it. But that guilt gets crushed almost instantly by something stronger. Excitement. The thrill of someone who just found a shortcut. Think back to that night. You're sitting in the dark. Your target? Maybe your strict neighbor's Wi-Fi. Maybe your school's library system. You don't understand the thousands of lines of code underneath. You don't need to. All you do is press start. The screen explodes with motion. Green lines of code racing across the display. Numbers. Encrypted symbols. dancing like demons working for you. And then, access granted. In that moment, a surge of electricity runs down your spine. A door that was supposed to stay locked to the entire world is now wide open, just for you. You can see everything. Your neighbor's family photos. Your classmates' unpublished grades. You don't take anything. You don't break anything. But the feeling that you could, that's the real drug. You're no longer just another high school kid. You're something else. A ghost that can walk through walls. In the underground world, they call you a script kiddie, a mocking term. Someone who uses tools without understanding how they work. But you don't care. Not right now. You're too busy enjoying it. The attention, the admiration. When your friends see you hack a social media account, or take down a small website with a simple DDoS attack, they look at you differently. And you like that. You start ignoring the rules. You look down on them. You look down on IT professionals, the ones working day and night to protect systems. To you, they're slow, outdated. You believe you've reached the top, but you haven't. You're just holding a loaded gun without knowing how to take the safety off. The danger of a script kiddie isn't skill. It's ignorance, not knowing what your actions actually cause. Right now, everything still feels like a game, a high-end video game. No blood, no sirens, just notifications on a screen. You spend less time studying, more time on dark forums. You hear people talk about anonymity, covering your tracks, but you don't really listen because you believe you're too small to be noticed. What you don't understand is this. Every step you take leaves a digital footprint, one that never truly disappears. You're playing with fire, inside a room filled with explosives. And slowly that excitement turns into a habit. That habit leads you to a crossroads. One path you turn back. You build something. You use your talent for good. The other, you go deeper, into the dark, where free tools are replaced by contracts written in blood. Welcome to a world with no way back. Level 3, Gray Hat. You're 18. The label, Script Kiddie, now feels like an insult. You realize something. Pressing a button someone else created is no different from a monkey copying a human. And you want more. So, you go deeper. You dive into the hardest languages you can find. C++, Python, and then assembly, raw, primitive, the closest thing to the heart of a machine. You spend months just trying to understand how memory really works, how a piece of code can trick a processor into executing commands it was never supposed to. You don't stay up late playing games anymore. You stay up reading thousands of pages of technical documentation, network protocols, system architecture, low-level execution, and slowly you begin to see things other people don't. Flaws, tiny cracks, inside systems the world believes are unbreakable. At this point, you're not playing anymore. You've become something else, a dark engineer. In this world, they call you a gray hat. Not fully a criminal, not a hero either. You start performing real intrusions. But you tell yourself a story. I'm doing this to help them. You break into a corporation's website, extract their entire customer database, and then you send them an anonymous email warning them about the vulnerability. You stand on a line between justice and crime. On one side, you feel like a knight, hunting for weaknesses to fix the world. On the other, you enjoy the power, holding people's secrets in your hands. You tell yourself, I'm not a bad person. I didn't sell the data. But you forget one thing. You broke into someone's house without permission, and slowly you get addicted. Not to money, not yet, but to something else. Recognition. On security forums, people start noticing you. They call you a talented researcher, and you like that. But reality doesn't work the way you imagined. You send a warning email to a company. You expect gratitude, maybe even a reward, a bug bounty. But what you get is something else. A legal notice, a police summons, a letter accusing you of unauthorized access. In that moment, your heart tightens. You realize something brutal. The real world doesn't care about your good intentions. To the law, there is no gray, only black and white. That betrayal from the very people you try to help burns away the last piece of goodwill inside you. Bitterness begins to grow. You start asking yourself, why should I protect people? Who would throw me in jail? This is the moment, the turning point. The innocence, gone. The recklessness of level 2, faded. Now you understand your value. Your skills are worth more than empty thank yous, more than meaningless certificates. You look at your bank account. Then you look at something else. The offers, hidden inside digital black markets. And that's when it clicks. In this world, knowledge isn't just power. Knowledge is money. And if the world doesn't want you to be the good guy, then you'll show them what a talented villain looks like. You turn off the light inside your own soul and step fully into the vast darkness of the internet. Welcome to a world without rules, where your gray hat is slowly turning pitch black. Level 4, Dark Web. You are 19. The normal internet no longer feels real to you. It feels like the surface of something much bigger, controlled, filtered, designed. So you download Tor, a universal key. The moment you enter, you can feel it, even through the screen. No bright colors, no ads, no algorithms trying to guess what you like. Just silence. Cold, empty, ruthless. Long, unreadable URLs ending in onion take you to places Google will never find. You are no longer looking at simple tech forums. In front of you now are digital black markets glowing under neon light. Everything has a price. Credit card data, fake passports, weapons, drugs. And in this world, you realize something important. Your skills are currency. You stop at a private forum, a place for people like you. You scroll, and then you see it. Job posts. Clean. Professional. Looking for someone to test a financial system. 5-figure payment. Paid in Bitcoin. You know exactly what test means. You look at your old laptop, your small room. Then you look at the Bitcoin price moving on your screen. The internal conflict you had before is gone, replaced by cold calculation. You tell yourself something. I'm not stealing from anyone directly. I'm just providing a technical service. The one who uses it is the real criminal. It's the most beautiful lie every hacker tells themselves before they cross the line. You create a new identity, a name that has nothing to do with who you are. No past, no connection, just a mask. And then you send your first message. I can do it. The first job comes faster than expected. The target, a new cryptocurrency exchange. Your task, steal their customer database. You work for 72 hours straight. No sleep. You move through layers of firewalls. You avoid intrusion detection systems, like a ghost slipping through laser beams inside a museum. Then it happens. Download complete. And suddenly, you feel nothing. Inside that 2 gigabytes file are the lives of 50,000 people. Names, data, everything. You send it. 10 minutes later, your phone vibrates. A notification. 1.5 Bitcoin. Transferred. That money is more than your parents earn in a year. And in that moment, you don't feel fear. You feel like you've won. But you don't realize something. That Bitcoin is not just money. It's a chain. Invisible, wrapping slowly around your neck. You start spending, not in the real world, but inside it. Better malware, stronger anonymous servers, tools that make you more dangerous. And slowly, people stop being people. They become targets. Statistics, prey. Your connection to the real world starts breaking. You sit at dinner with your family, but your mind is somewhere else. On a server in Eastern Europe, you don't see humans anymore. You see vulnerabilities. The innocence is gone, buried under untraceable crypto transactions. You've signed a contract with something dark, and the first reward is so sweet you don't even realize what it's costing you. Your future freedom. Level 5. Black Hat. You are 21. Your reputation on dark web forums has started to attract attention, not from beginners, from something bigger. One day, you'll receive an invitation, an encrypted chat group, Signal, Jabber, no real names, no faces, only aliases and tasks. This is not a group of friends. This is an organization. It operates like a real tech company. There's a vulnerability research team, a malware development team, and a money laundering division. You are no longer working alone. Your role is clear. You are the entry point, an initial access broker. Your job is to find the smallest crack in the armor of million-dollar corporations and sell that access to the group. Everything feels different now. There is a terrifying level of professionalism. No more impulsive emotions. No more ego. Only targets, measured in numbers. You are introduced to something new. Ransomware as a service. Your group has just built a new generation of ransomware. Self-spreading, fast, efficient, capable of encrypting an entire system in minutes. This time, the target is a large food supply chain. You sit in front of your screen. Their network appears in front of you like a treasure map. And then you find it. A small vulnerability in their remote management system. Something their IT team forgot to update. You send the payload. But this time it feels different. There is no excitement, no rush, only something cold. Because you know what will happen next. Within hours, thousands of computers across warehouses will turn red. A message will appear. All your files have been encrypted. Pay 50 Bitcoin to receive the key. In that moment, you have turned the lives of thousands of people into hostages. And all of it for your own wealth. The money comes in. A lot of money. Your wallet now holds numbers you never imagined. You buy expensive things, the best of everything. But you only use them inside your room, alone. You cannot show anyone. You cannot explain it to your parents. You cannot tell anyone where it came from. So you build a second life. A normal one. A student. A freelancer. A quiet existence. But the truth is, you are living inside a glass cage. One you built yourself. Even inside your group, there is no trust. You know, if someone gets caught, they will sell you out to reduce their sentence. Every time you see news about an international hacker arrest, you freeze. You check everything again. Your security. Your tracks. Every detail. Because this wealth does not come with freedom. It comes with paranoia. At this level, something inside you begins to break. You see reports. Companies collapsing. Employees losing their jobs. Because of attacks you were part of. But you don't feel anything. You call it collateral damage. You tell yourself, the world is a jungle, and I am the predator. You choose to ignore the voices behind the screens. The fear, the panic, the damage. But what you don't realize is this. Every successful attack doesn't just take money from your victims. It takes something from you. Your humanity. Piece by piece. You have become part of a machine of destruction. And that machine never stops. You are sliding down a slope with no grip. The thrill of money starts to fade. And in its place, something else appears. An emptiness. Deep. Silent. Endless. You are now a true black hat. A ghost with no trace. And no home to return to. Level 6. Breaking point consequences in blood. You are 22. You've spent so long staring at logs, at lifeless IP addresses, that the world has started to feel abstract. To you, a successful attack is just one thing. A single word on a dashboard. Success. You've forgotten something. Behind every server is a building. Behind every account is a person. And behind every network is a system that keeps the world alive. Your group decides to launch something bigger. A large-scale attack on a major infrastructure provider. A perfect target. High value. High ransom. You find the vulnerability inside their energy management system. You press the key. Deploy the malware. And then you watch. Servers collapse, one after another. Like dominoes. You smile. You think this is your greatest achievement. But this time, the game has gone too far. The next morning, you don't wake up to Bitcoin notifications. You wake up to sirens, ambulances echoing outside your window, emergency alerts flashing across the TV. Your attack didn't just take down servers. It took down an entire power grid, a whole region without electricity, including a hospital, medical records locked, doctors unable to access patient histories, life support machines running on backup batteries slowly dying. You sit there, frozen, watching a live report from the emergency room. Chaos, panic, and then you see him, a father, standing there as the doctor shakes his head. They can't find his child's rare blood type, not in time. The code you wrote last night is now choking the breath out of innocent people. This feeling, you've never felt it before. It's not fear of being caught. It's something worse. Disgust at yourself. You look down at your hands, shaking over the keyboard. The same hands you were once proud of. The hands that could walk through walls. Now they feel stained with something that won't wash off. You realize something brutal. You are not a dark knight. You are not a rebel fighting the system. You are just a coward, hiding behind a screen, spreading destruction. The ransom money arrives. Millions. Transferred into the group wallet. But when you look at it, you feel sick. Every Bitcoin now smells like a hospital, like fear, like death. You try to contact the group. You want to send the decryption key for free, but they don't respond. Only silence. Cold. Empty. To them, death is just leverage, a tool to increase pressure. That's when you understand. You are not working with people. You are working with monsters. And you were about to become one. That night, you can't sleep. Every time you close your eyes, you see it. The blinking. But this time, it doesn't ask, "What do you want to know?" It asks, "What have you done?" Your pride, your money, your sense of power, all of it collapses, crushed under the weight of a single human life. You finally understand something. The internet is not a separate world. It is the bloodstream of reality. And you just injected poison into it. You throw your laptop into the corner of the room, like it's burning, because now you know. You may have defeated every security system in the world, but you fail the test of being human. Level 6 is not about skill. It's about awakening, a painful one. You reached the top of the hacker world, only to realize beneath your feet is not gold. It's an abyss filled with regret. Your escape from the law hasn't even begun, but your escape from your own conscience is already too late. Level 7. Paranoia. The hunter becomes the prey. You are 24. After what happened in level 6, you decide to disappear. But in the digital world, disappearing is a luxury. You log into your group's private channel, and you see it. Messages in red. Delta account terminated. Bravo not responding. Your allies, the invisible entities you once trusted, are vanishing, one by one. Then, a message appears. Short, direct, from someone you trust. Europol, an FBI operation has started. All traces exposed. Run. Your heart drops. You realize something. You are no longer the hunter. You are prey, trapped inside a massive net, woven by your own code. The anonymity you once took pride in is now a cage, and it's getting tighter. Paranoia begins to spread through every part of you. Everywhere you look, you see threats. That black car parked across the street at 2 a.m. Who is it? Why did the delivery guy look at you for 1 second too long? Every footstep in the apartment hallway makes you stop breathing. Your hand tightens around a hammer, ready to smash your hard drive at any moment. You start taking extreme measures. You remove your phone battery. You tape over your laptop camera. You constantly change your MAC address. You no longer use the internet to hack. You use it to search. Security forums, police reports, leaks, looking for one thing: your name. Your alias appears next to words like wanted, cyber terrorism. And that's when it hits you. You may have defeated every corporate firewall in the world, but you will never defeat the patience of governments. Your greatest fear is no longer prison. It's something else. Absolute isolation. You can't tell your parents why you panic every time a police car passes by. You can't talk to your friends, because every connection is a risk. You sit in a room filled with Bitcoin, but you're afraid to buy a piece of bread with a real credit card. Your powerful alias, the one that once made you feel untouchable, is now a death sentence. You sit in the dark, staring at your screen. The same screen that once gave you power now reflects something else. A frightened face, shaking. You ask yourself, what was all of this for? Money means nothing when you don't have a single moment of peace. You are a ghost, hunted by the very ghosts you helped create. Every night you lie there, waiting for a flashbang, waiting for the door to be kicked open, waiting for black gun barrels pointing straight at her face. And the waiting is worse than punishment, because you finally understand something. In this digital war, they only need to win once. You have to win forever, and no one wins forever. You start seeing glitches in real life. Men in suits appearing in places they shouldn't be. Signs that someone entered your apartment while you were gone. The circle is closing. Paranoia has already turned your room into a prison before the police ever could. Now, you stand at a crossroads. Keep running until you collapse, or step into the light and end the nightmare yourself. Welcome to Level 7, where you finally understand in a world of darkness. The last one left standing is always the one who suffers the most. Level 8, Redemption, the white hat and the scars. It's not what you imagined. No flashbangs, no helicopters roaring overhead. Just 3 firm knocks at 5 a.m., the hour when a human being is at their weakest. You open the door. 2 men in suits, expressionless. They hand you a document. You don't resist. In fact, you feel something unexpected. Relief. The nightmare of running is finally over. You sit in an interrogation room. Cold, bright fluorescent lights burning into your eyes. They place a thick file in front of you. Inside everything. Every alias you ever used. Every server you ever touched. Every victim you indirectly hurt. They don't need to torture you. They just show you the truth. Then they make an offer. Your talent is a weapon. You can let it rot in prison. Or you can use it to stop people like you. You choose to cooperate. But don't mistake this for an easy escape. The years that follow are tightly controlled, watched, monitored. You work for the same institutions you once despised. You sit in bright offices, using the darkest skills you learned to build stronger defenses, to hunt the malware you once helped create. You become a white hat. Your colleagues look at you with a mix of respect and caution. They call you an expert, a quiet hero. But when you look at yourself, you don't see a hero. You see a traitor. You betrayed the freedom you believed in at level 1. You betrayed the people you once worked with at level 5. And most of all, you still haven't forgiven yourself for what happened at level 6. You are 30 now. You have money, a stable career, a legal life. But redemption has a cost, a memory that never sleeps. Every time a major cyber attack happens somewhere in the world, you feel it, a sharp pain in your chest, because you understand it. You know the process. You know the thrill of the one pressing the button, and you know the pain of the people on the other side. In your free time, you go to universities. You stand in front of rooms full of curious 1-4-year-olds. You look into their eyes, and you see it, the same light you once had. You want to scream, "Don't go down this path." That door has no handle on the inside, and that's when you realize something. True redemption is not stopping a virus. It's stopping a soul from falling. Level 8 is not an ending. It's a lifelong sentence. You live in the light, but the darkness is still part of you, in your DNA. You know, you can never undo the past. The data that was lost, the lives that were shaken, the blood that was spilled. It's all part of you now. Tonight you close your laptop. You walk out of the office and blend into the crowd on the street. You no longer see Wi-Fi signals. You no longer see vulnerabilities. You see people, real people, the ones you've sworn to protect. You smile, tired, but at peace, because you've been through all 8 levels of hell just to understand one thing. True power is not the ability to destroy anything. It's the strength to protect something. Welcome back to the real world, where every line of code you write now carries life, not death.